Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. TJ and Jordan agreed at the Port Charles Grill that their supper was long delayed due to their busy schedules. To Jordan's surprise, TJ revealed that Kristina had had the operation to fertilize her egg earlier that day. He admitted that he had reservations about Kristina being his and Molly's surrogate, but his conversation with Kristina had changed everything. Jordan was confused as to why TJ and Molly had changed their minds after putting their plans on wait following the miscarriage, so he explained that it wouldn't be fair to ask Kristina to put her life on hold until the perfect time presented itself because it might never come. TJ informed his mother that he and Molly were confident they had made the correct decision. Jordan was pleased, and she swore to adore her grandchild regardless of how they arrived in the world. Jordan complimented TJ as a smart individual who has been doing an excellent job of selecting his own fate, saying she could not be more proud of him. When Jordan's phone continued buzzing with notifications, TJ wondered who was blowing up her phone. Jordan stated that she and Curtis were then officially investigating a shooting, but she would not disclose. TJ was concerned, but Jordan promised him that if the situation became serious, she would turn over the inquiry to the police. Her phone continued to buzz with notifications, but TJ told his mother that she could leave and take care of business. Jordan ducked into an alley after leaving the restaurant to set up a phone meeting with someone. However, things took an unsettling turn when she stopped the call and a man in a suit approached her. A few moments later, another man joined him. Jordan begged to know who they were and what they wanted, but each man took an arm and led her away. Carly admitted that she and Michael were in familiar ground at the Quartermain home since a year ago. He accused her of interfering with Willow's life by concealing the fact that Nina was Willow's biological mother. Michael regretted his harsh comments to his mother, but she agreed that he was correct when he told her that she had made an important decision without contemplating the ramifications for anyone. Michael admitted that he should have known that things would blow out and that he had prioritized his father's happiness over his mother's. "I'm also a giant hypocrite," he said. Michael indicated that cutting Nina off would have made Willow suspicious, so he decided to limit the damage. "Blackmail for the greater good?" Carly asked. Michael recognized that it was hypocritical, but he had been called worse. "I think that makes you your mother's son," Carly replied. Carly told him that she understood why he kept Nina's secret, but it had hurt. Michael said that he had convinced himself that Sonny was happy and that Carly and Drew had moved on. Carly reminded out that Michael had forgotten the important lesson they had learned from her terrible decisions the previous year. "Even with the best of intentions, keeping things buried have unintended consequences," she went on to say. Michael agreed since nothing ever remained buried. He regretted how he handled the facts he had discovered about Nina because he had harmed the two most important women in his life. Michael was racked with sorrow for not treating his mother properly, but she told him that she loved him completely. "Even if the man you love doesn't feel the same way?" Michael inquired. Michael understood he had put his mother in a difficult situation with Drew, but Carly explained that Drew had been struggling since the attack in Pentonville. Michael nodded in agreement, knowing that no one ever left Pentonville the same way they had entered. Carly squeezed her son's arm, tacitly acknowledging Michael's stay at Pentonville. Michael was moved when Carly told him that she would talk to Drew. He appreciated her forgiveness, but she persisted on continuing to love and forgive him. However, Carly advised Michael that his apology tour was not done because he needed to make amends with Willow. "There's nothing more important than your wife and your children," she told me. Carly pleaded with Michael not to allow Nina to cause further harm to his family. Before Michael could respond, Melanie stood at the doorway to inform him that Wiley had asked for his father. After the nanny had left, Michael stated that the children were in the nursery because Willow worked a late shift. Carly begged Michael to cuddle Wiley for her. After Michael had left, Carly took out her phone. She left Drew a voicemail message shortly after Michael returned. He said that Wiley was playing with the truck Nina had given him. and it took everything Michael had not to throw it out the window. Carly reminded Michael that Nina was no longer a part of the children's lives, and she could only blame herself. Michael questioned whether that was fairness. Carly pointed out that everyone knew what Nina had done, so she didn't have to bite her tongue or try to cohabit with her. Carly informed Michael that she despised Nina for what she had done to Drew, but Michael wondered if Carly desired retribution. Carly acknowledged that she wanted peace of mind more since she had recognized after her mother's death that closure came from letting go. "And I'm ready to go on. I suggest you do the same," Carly said. Michael entered the entryway as Willow returned home. He was astonished to see her and volunteered to move out of her path. Michael moved to the living room. Willow followed him because she knew he had some difficult discussions that day and wanted to check in on him. Michael admitted that Drew was rightfully outraged, but his mother had shown him grace and understanding. Willow said that Nina had dropped the bombshell on Carly and Drew, and she had been excited to do so. The debate swiftly shifted to Michael's decision to shield Willow from Nina. Willow acknowledged Nina's vengeful and envious nature, as well as Nina's desire to imprison Carly in order to remove her from Wiley, Amelia, and Sunny's life. Willow also admitted that Nina was deceptive, insecure, and a liar, which was precisely why she had the right to know the truth. Willow emphasized that she did not want Michael's protection. Instead, she wanted the truth from him at all times. Willow noted that Nina's bad behavior did not exonerate Michael of any responsibility. Michael stated that he did not seek absolution, but rather Willow's forgiveness. Willow told him that it would not happen overnight, but Michael countered that keeping their distance would be equally ineffective. Wiley suddenly stepped in the doorway and asked his parents if they may all go home. Michael looked at Willow, but she remained silent, so he politely volunteered to accompany Wiley and Amelia to the gatehouse, tuck them in, and read them a good night's story. Wiley was upset when he realized Michael would not be spending the night, and he asked his parents when they would all be together again. Drew sat down in Charlie's pub, next to Anna, and ordered a drink. Anna stopped the book she was reading and greeted Drew. When Drew complained about the Cosmos constantly knocking him down, Anna said that she could sympathize. Drew and Anna discussed their anger and current problems. Anna said that shooting Charlotte was the worst moment of her life and that she had been experiencing a wide range of emotions. Drew empathized since he understood how exhausting it could be. Anna stated that her book suggested that anger was a byproduct of fear, but she admitted that she was only through the first chapter because she couldn't concentrate. Anna glanced at the door and stated that she was waiting for a friend to arrive. They continued to converse, and Drew revealed that her presence had helped him realize that he needed to remove the toxicity from his life. "You let me know how that goes," Anna added. Anna admitted that she had no idea what life was like beyond the WSB, but Drew reassured her that she had plenty of time to learn it out. When Drew's phone rang, he acknowledged that it was Carly but did not answer it. Anna explained that she had discovered through experience that it became easier to ignore calls after the first time. She mentioned that they both had a lot of questions, but Drew had someone who loved and wanted to support him. A short time later, Carly approached the bar and greeted Drew and Anna. Anna informed Carly that Bobby's service had been lovely and they would all miss her. Carly expressed her gratitude, feeling touched. After Anna left to make a phone call, Carly sat down and thanked Drew for calling her. She recognized that Michael should have informed them about Nina, but she understood what it was like to make mistakes in the cause of protecting her family from Nina. Drew felt certain that he and Michael could work things out because the majority of his rage was reserved for Nina. "Join the club," Carly responded. Drew claimed that if Nina had not intervened, the failed merger and Carly's investment would not have come to the SEC's attention. Her actions had left him at the whim of the judge and aggressive prisoners, and they had ripped him away from his only kid. Carly empathized, but reminded him that they no longer had to pretend to be good to Nina. "We can put Nina in the rear view," Carly remarked. "Not me," Drew confessed. Drew emphasized that Nana needed to pay for the harm she had done to him, Carly, and their families. Carly nodded, hoping that someday it will happen. Drew didn't want to wait because he knew exactly what to do. Nearby, Anna left a voicemail message asking Jordan to contact her back if he couldn't make it because Anna had been waiting. Kristina was lounging on her sofa in her apartment when she heard a knock on the door. It was Blaze. Kristina was surprised Blaze was in town, so she explained that her event had been cancelled due to a power failure at the venue. She asked Kristina if she wanted to go out and play, but she declined because she had planned a quiet evening at home. When Blaze asked Kristina if she wanted company, she let him inside. Blaze revealed, after a polite but uncomfortable talk, that she thought Kristina had withdrawn. Kristina explained that she had backed away because Blaze had. Blaze was perplexed, so Kristina reminded him of their previous outing and how Blaze had held Kristina's hand until Chase and Brooke Lynn approached. Kristina informed Blaze that she understood that Blaze was not ready to tell her family about her sexuality, but Kristina had worked hard to live her life truly. Blaze admitted that she was uncomfortable with public displays of affection because her music exposed so much of her personality. Blaze agreed to make more of an effort, but Kristina admitted that it could be difficult to resume up where they left off because she had undergone an IUI, intrauterine insemination, operation, and could be pregnant. She showed Blaze the documentation. Blaze now realized why Kristina hadn't wanted to go out. After a brief talk, they agreed that now might not be the best moment to pursue a romantic connection. Blaze said that if she had to do it again, she would clutch Kristina's hand and not let go. Kristina later grabbed an apple and sat down. She wasn't sure if she was pregnant, so she introduced herself to the baby as her crazy Auntie Kristina. Kristina questioned whether she had done the right thing before with Blaze. There was a knock on the door. Blaze had returned, and she was carrying a bag. Blaze said that she wasn't a quitter, and that if they didn't try, they'd never know if it would work. Kristina smiled and inquired what was in the bag. Blaze had gathered materials for a supper and a non-alcoholic coquito cocktail to prepare for Kristina while she rested. Blaze had made it a point to research which meals to avoid following an IUI operation. Esm yelled in Cyrus' hospital room, "Wake up!" Cyrus was startled and inquired as to what Esm was doing in his room. She said that she needed his assistance because Nicholas had adopted her son with Spencer's help. Cyrus was doubtful, but Esm claimed that he did not know the true Spencer or Nicholas. Cyrus was wondering why she hadn't gone to the police, so she explained that she couldn't since Spencer had threatened to restore the charges against her. Cyrus stated that it was not up to Spencer and that she would most certainly win over the jurors due to her amnesia. Cyrus observed Esm's guilty expression. "Has something changed?" Cyrus asked. Rather than respond, Esm told him that she refused to trust the police when the mayor's son was involved. Cyrus was astonished by Esm's attitude, but she blamed Laura for her problems because Laura had persuaded Esm to confess. Cyrus urged Esm to contact his brother, but she disclosed that Martin represented her in court. She questioned Martin's ability to locate Nicholas and stated that it didn't matter if she was imprisoned. Cyrus knew Esm was more concerned with ownership than Ace's safety. Esm despised being chastised by an ex-convict, but he pointed out that she had approached him. Esm stated that she hoped to appeal to his better angels. "What makes you think you can trust me?" asked the young man. Esm reminded Cyrus of their conversation in the Pentonville visitor's room, where he assured her he cared about family. "Were those just empty words?" Esm inquired. Cyrus agreed to conduct some quiet investigations after Esm persisted, and reminded him that Ace was also a member of his family. Esm was ecstatic until she understood he was talking to making some phone calls. Cyrus offered to pray with her, but Esm declined because she wanted to take action. After Esm left, Cyrus contacted someone and requested them to pay him a visit about an urgent subject. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.